Let's have a little bit of table talk. We had 2 interesting scenes just then. Talk amongst yourselves. What in the world is happening, and what do you think you guys should be doing?
Well, we probably need to be getting out of the hotel.
We gotta get out of here as fast as possible. But that guy, he's not well.
Are you taking? You still have Mariah, right, Nord?
Yeah, I have Mariah. I have a good and solid grasp on her, and I think I've convinced her that leaving or, not getting too close is a good idea. And, by the sound of everything, I think Nord is pretty firm in the leave category. I don't think he wants to fight a hotel full of zombie monsters.
Well,
But-
I don't know about zombie monsters. They're just probably all in on this.
They're
Well,
on the. This is the pregame. They're all in from out of town. It's a convention.
That's a
They
negative
have to
point.
stay somewhere.
Want to call it a monster mash?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So Nord gets a narrative point because that was funny.
Nice.
I'll give you Monster Mash. I think that's funny too. You get a pip for. So what do you guys think about Leah's situation?
Oh,
Murder.
Yeah.
murder,
No,
she
murder.
said. Murder, she wrote.
Let's have Tony and Simon's opinions. What do you guys think about Leah's scene?
2 of them are going to be dead. I don't think she can kill Lady Callie with those bullets. But
This is a very needy situation.
God
Yeah,
damn it, really?
Sorry, hold on 1 second. I'll be.
That's cool. You got a buzz.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if she's gonna walk on her own 2 feet from here on out.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. This is a bad situation. I don't know how Leia's gonna get out of it.
Yeah, she's knee deep in. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I'll get out of it. I mean, I don't think I'll get out of it. It won't be a as clean of a crime scene as I was hoping, but it's fine.
Yeah, you're in trouble. All right. Speaking of a knee-deep situation. Terrible at this. Leah, you have your gun trained on Loretta Levon. She's staring at you, eyes wide, looking down the barrel of that gun. This was your turn. You spent cunning to do this, and your intention was to stop her from fleeing, and you did accomplish that. So now it is the bad guy's turn. The antagonists. You hear, since your senses are a little bit heightened right now, being in battle mode, you hear the back door open up. Now, it's not super far away from you, but this is a big house. If you were going to run from here to the back door and out of it, it would take you like a full-on sprint. Nothing in your way. You'd be bidding and potentially throwing down. So it's like that distance. In game terms, it's a medium distance to a long distance. 80, 90 feet. Right? You can cover it, but it takes effort. So keep that in mind. When you hear that door, it's also around a little bit of a corner. You're not completely exposed. But to set the scene, you're standing in between the kitchen and this large living area or living room with a hearth and a fire going. We'll say that you're a little bit more in the kitchen. Big, massive fuck all, like a chef's dream kitchen, right? It's got like appliances and stuff, and tons of room. Pots hanging down and shit. And then this large hallway that goes the length of the house, 80, 90 feet, and then to where those back doors are. And the house goes on, which you haven't even seen. You hear that door open. And footfalls. They're not slow, but they're not fast. When I say hurriedly walking, that's what we're looking at, okay? This is not a jog. This is a person moving towards you. And they will not get to you. But they're going to be real close. You hear a voice from behind you. One, the doctor that you shot his leg off, he just sort of moans, and he's unconscious, it seems. You smell blood, like lots of blood. The guy's gonna bleed out. You know those kinds of wounds. He's gonna die if he doesn't get attention. The woman, her voice. Talk about it. Looking it up. I don't think I can do a proper Native American voice. So we're going to say this is an affected accent. Because I really don't know how to do a Native American voice. It's like it's a very clear English, but it's very recognizable. So I'm just going to talk in a weird voice. Nigel would be very proud. Not.
Yep.
You hear her voice. My daughter, put down the weapon. As Lady Callie, somehow you know this is her. Lady Callie Shaquille. Her voice is both somber and melancholy. It's strong yet quiet. All of these qualities. And on the fringe of it, something like a whisper, perhaps. Maybe she's just convincing. But you hear that inner voice in your head, that doubt, trying to convince you, maybe getting out of here is a good idea. Leave before it's too late. What do you do? It is now your turn.
Okay. Leah, is she like? She's not in my view sight anymore, is she?
No, she's behind you. She's about 5 long paces away from you.
Okay, but like she's like I can't actually see her now that I'm looking at Loretta.
You just look over your shoulder and you could see her, but yeah.
Okay.
Loretta is about
I'll sort of,
15 feet from you.
okay. I'll just sort of barely look over my shoulder, just to the point where she's in my peripheral vision, but not any more than that. And I'll call over my shoulder and say, you must be this Lady Callie I have heard so much about. Unfortunately, I can't do that until I get the information I need. You know, I actually came here for Miss Levon, but, well, you interest me far more now. This one, I think, is perhaps how should I put this? A hoity-toity bitch who is a little out of her depth. But you, oh, I know the eyes of a killer when I see them.
You say all this. Are you attempting to affect the fiction? Or are you just saying it? Or are you going to do anything?
I mean, I'd be trying to provoke her a little bit, and admittedly, you know, the provocation was definitely directed towards Levon.
Yeah, sure. What do you bid then? You're trying to provoke Levon, and you're trying to provoke Lady Callie. Yeah, go ahead and bid.
I'm going to bid for that one. Confident, my swagger.
Very appropriate. As you won't need to throw down, since that is very appropriate. You've got the gun, you've got the drugs, or the poison, I should say. And you have the drop on these people, even though you're outnumbered. As you say this confidently, maybe overconfidently.
Mm.
But saying it out loud actually only bolsters the adrenaline coursing through your veins. You're so quick, you're so fast. Loretta Levon, suddenly realizes she's holding a big knife. And you don't see her make a move, but you see the thought process in her eyes. She knows she has a knife. Suddenly, as you
Leah will see that. Leah will see that glint in her eyes. Oh, please, go ahead and try. Give me an excuse.
as you further provoke her, you see her just kind of sneer at you, but then look down at the gun. As her jaw muscles clench, and such.
Why don't you come a little closer?
Behind you, Lady Callie, and now it will be the next round. It's the world action. From your left, you hear those footsteps getting closer, and they stop. There is someone to your left that you haven't seen yet. You just saw. Actually, you haven't seen this person at all. Oh, you saw his back. The really tall African American guy. Behind you.
Can I say anything at this point, or is it still outside of my action?
This is the world action now.
Okay.
Because it's after player action.
Gotcha.
But the bad guys don't usually go during the world. It's more like it just sort of finishes up what's happening, and then it's their turn, which you can interrupt with your cunning. Callie does respond to your threat. My daughter, everyone has a choice. You have a choice. You should choose wisely. Come, sit. As you're sort of, seeing her at the peripheral of your vision, she gestures across to you. There's a weird feeling here. She's telling you to, as she gestures, that you walk over the body of the guy bleeding out on the floor. She doesn't seem to care.
Does it feel like that same feeling I get whenever I hear that Mahala Revuo in my head? Okay.
No, it's like she just has an enchanting voice. And I don't mean like mystical enchanting. She just
like a convincing.
Like a social engineering kind of voice. The right timbre, the right kind of whatever. That said, you can think whatever you want.
Well, and I will say, with her background in the Mossad, Leah will absolutely recognize that kind of manipulation tactic.
Yeah, she is obviously practiced at manipulation. Hell yeah, Charles. Then again, to argue with the character a little bit, you are holding a gun on him. So this is not unusual for someone to do. She's obviously trying to talk you down. As she motions, come sit. Join us. As you see her, she gives some sort of nod, probably to the dude standing behind you. Okay, it is the antagonist's turn. Okay. You have the choice of dropping cunning. Okay, do it.
Absolutely. Yes, why don't you join us, Mr. Tall, dark, and handsome? It'd be a shame for you to do something silly and for me to put one between Miss Levon's eyes.
They call me the Commandant, and I will do what Lady Callie asks of me. You hear this low voice, which I can't do.
No, that's fair. You're of course free to do whatever you wish. But the actions will have consequences, unfortunately.
You speak the truth. The action is still on you. What are you doing?
I'm willing to lay my life down here in this scenario. Can you say the same?
You hear him start chuckling this guttural laughter. And something odd, Loretta Levon cracks a smile and just kind of giggles in an annoying way.
Cute. You think you're in control here?
Action's still on you. Now, when I say this, that doesn't mean you have to. That doesn't mean you have to literally do something. You still have
Yeah.
control of the scene. Just what is your intention and what are you doing?
I'll still have Miss or Lady Callie in like the very corner of my eye, but I will direct my attention towards Miss Levon. I believe I told you to step forward. Get a little closer if you don't mind.
She doesn't budge.
Okay, let me put it this way. You can come closer to me, or I can treat you like your friend over here, and I can come closer to you.
You see her take a step forward and then lunge at you.
Okay. This,
So the action is still on you, but what she is doing
that works
is,
for me.
because you dropped cunning, you
Yeah.
are acting at the same time as she is. You have the beat on her, so you have the advantage.
So what I'll actually do, I'll take full advantage of her making it easy for me. I will bid Poisoner to step in on her. I'll be sure to be out of the way of her of her hand with the knife. But I'm stepping in on her and taking advantage of her coming close to me and putting my hand right in her face and opening it and blowing it into her face.
As you, we're gonna say you whack her right in the face with this stuff. That's actually pretty easy for you to do. The knife, though, that's much harder. Also, you getting poisoned yourself, since you're moving forward and she's moving forward. There's a chance you could get poisoned. This is how it's gonna work.
Okay.
You bid Poisoner, so all you need is one success. Throw down. If you get one success, you do not poison yourself.
Okay. So would this probably be Grace, I'd imagine?
Grace is fun.
Okay. Oh yeah. So that's a total of 3 successes. So I'm good.
Yep. So you get a narrative point as you biff her in the face with it, as she just inhales it all in her fucking nostrils. You see it like the little 2 nostril lines. She sucks in all that fucking toxin, and she attempts to stab you 1,000 times in your midsection and spill your guts. So you'll need to roll your reaction roll. I need people to roll some death. Who wants to roll a d10? And who wants to roll? Hold on a second.
I'll roll
A
D10.
d6. I need a
I will
d6,
roll
and
a
then
D6.
awesome. Roll those things for me, please.
Uh-oh.
I got a 1.
Uh-oh.
I got a 4.
All right, so the threshold to avoid this is gonna be normally 3. Since she's got a big fucking knife on you, it's really hard to avoid getting stabbed. Threshold 4. However, you did just whack her in the face with toxin, so threshold back down to 3. That's what you need.
Okay, so
To
I
not
have
get
3,
booped.
which is a regular success, but I will go ahead and bid Adaptable, and then to activate Master at Arms, which gives me an extra 2 successes.
Nice. As you get a clean success with this, because it's not rolled, you don't get the narrative point, but you still get a clean success. As you twist her arm and like a Steven Seagal movie, like and her the knife, this big fucking cleaver, flies out of her hand, clangs on the kitchen tile. It's that really expensive tile that people like ship up from Mexico. It costs like $100,000. As it clatters on the ground, and yeah, you have her arm. That is her reaction to you. That's her acting. You've biffed her in the face. You feel 2 hands, like bear claw hands, grab your shoulders. This would be another reaction roll. This one you take at minus, but I will calculate that into the the threshold.
Gotcha.
And
What does this guy look like again?
So I'll give you exactly what he looks like. If you go to Sin City, the big mobster dude, the African American guy who has the gold monocle or the gold replacement eye, and when they go to Old Town, that is the same character.
Does it look anything like this guy?
That'll work. That's fine.
Okay. Does I have him?
No, it's not.
He's
that's
tough.
Fine. That's fine. He looks tough as hell.
But
give
no,
me a
this
second.
dude is tough.
This dude's pretty tough. All right. Will someone roll me a d10 and someone else roll me a d10?
I can roll a d10.
I'll roll one.
Okay. Tell me what you get.
6.
6.
Wow. So 2. All right. Yeah, the threshold on this is 5. Technically, it's 6 because you've already been attacked once, but I'm gonna say it's 5.
Is this
Still
there's
real
probably
high.
There's probably measures of failure to this, aren't there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so because I didn't get anything on my roll, I will go ahead and use,
That is not an utter failure. That is not an utter failure. And an utter failure is only if you roll a 1 on your action and a 1 on your aspect.
We're gonna ignore that, because I may have done that.
Haha.
But I will.
That would be an
I
utter
will,
failure.
but I will bid my period of life hardened to again activate Master at Arms and at least give me 2 successes to mitigate it somewhat.
That is good. All right, so threshold of 5, you got 2, so that's he beats you by 3. You feel yourself literally lifted off the ground, like almost like in a cartoon. You hear the rushing of the wind as you are slammed into the refrigerator. Ding! You hear all the condiments, the milk jug, the big deal of sweet tea, slam off the shelf and start pouring out of the bottom of the fridge as he has used you like a baseball bat against the fridge. It's dented with your shoulder and your head. Wham! As you feel yourself like jarred, of course. What do you bid to hold on to your gun? Or you can throw down.
Yeah.
Or you could drop a narrative point. Either one of any of those would make you hold on to the
Yeah,
gun.
you know what? I'll drop the narrative point because at least I have some of those to spare.
As you don't drop the gun, he has slammed you once as he says, "I told you," boom, hits you again. Okay. This is a lot of damage. Will someone roll me a d6? And will someone roll me a d6? You are muted,
I'll
Mr.
roll.
Nawad. Yep.
No, I was just I rolled a d6.
Yep, what'd you get?
I was saying, wow, that's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. What'd you get? 2?
Got a 2.
Nice. 1?
1.
Very nice. So that's 3 plus, you see you got 2, so 3. So that is, right, 6 damage. Boom! On the first. Roll it again.
Oh, that was just the first attack? Shit.
2
Now on the
this time.
second one, and what'd you get on this one? 2?
2.
4. So, and that is... Okay, so on this second attack, you get a reaction roll. Go ahead and roll it. This is just mitigating damage. So everything you do mitigates damage. At this point, it's 4 plus his bow def, so you're at 7 damage you're gonna take. So it's a threshold of 7.
So that's 2 successes.
Okay, you're taking 5 damage. You could also spend breath to go to limbo if you wanted.
I'll you know what? I'll do that at this point. I need it.
All right. As that makes sense, this is an ability this bad guy has for the second attack. as you drop breath, steeling yourself. You realize he's not done as he puts you into the fridge, closes it. They all make a sandwich and leave. No, I'm kidding. He puts you into the fridge. The water and like the ice machine. Clang, 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 clang. Go on.
How close is the fridge to the stove?
You know, I mean, within walking distance.
Okay.
It's a short distance away.
Like, could I reach it if I kicked out my foot?
You dropped the narrative point. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to say that, even though I'm, the first, hit, dazed me a bit, but I'm still just enough in my wits that when he goes to slam me into the fridge a second time, I will kick out my foot and use it to kick the burner on the gas stove over.
Ding. Lighting it or just hitting the gas?
Yeah, I'm just turning on the gas.
All right, as the gas turns on. As good narrative point, by the way, because you made it a gas stove. As he slams you, you got limbo. It was 7, so you take half the damage. Rounded up, so it's 4. I'm gonna say it's 3 because there's a cool narrative point. So you've taken 3 more damage. That's what you take instead of 7.
That's a total of 9 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get clanged twice. Doosh, doosh. Remember, if you lose all your plot armor, you're going into wounds insanity. You choose which one it goes to.
Yeah.
If you hit 6, you're either dead or you're insane. So keep that in mind. You want to split them up.
Yeah, I'm going to, let's see here. Okay,
now that's...
so...
Go on.
No, I was going to say, because I only had 2 plot armor left. That takes me down to 7, and I will split... I'll split, 4 of those into wounds, so I have 4 of 6, and then I have 4 of 6 of sanity.
Or 3 of 6, right?
Or sorry, I have.
Because you took 9. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so 7. Yeah, you need to take 3 sanity then.
3. Okay, right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, because you did 2 the plot armor, right? Right. So if you take all those wounds, you feel. You're not sure if your arm's broken. Your left arm. Some of your ribs are definitely cracked. Because you've taken so much. Your head's swimming. As battle mode had kicked in, survival mode, as you kicked the gas on, and he's holding you there. He lets you drop, all bad guy villainous style. And he's looking down. See him lean down, looking at you with. Now he has on sunglasses. Don't move. He says his breath is like cigars and whiskey. Please, child. Talk with us, you hear Callie saying. Loretta Levon is like coughing and like rubbing her eyes. She's like, what'd you do to me? Let you sit on that for a second as we move back to the guys. World action. It's dark. The wood's splintering. You hear a door bust down the hallway. Bad guys are going now. Anyone spend cunning?
Wait, didn't we all spend cunning before it?
You did, indeed. You spent cunning. So, go.
Yeah, before we broke. Yeah. I'm going to let Nord go first.
Hey, Nord. Tony, do you let Nord go first?
I got you. I've got Mariah with me. Does she seem like she's wanting to leave now, or she still have an interest in?
You can tell that you have convinced her that you need to leave. You can tell she's very concerned about her dad. That said, he's scaring her.
Sure. We're all concerned, Mariah, about
you're gonna get him a doctor? As she's kind of walking away.
Yeah, we'll get him a doctor. And then I'm gonna say to the guys, I think we should leave.
We'll be back.
And is there a close by exit?
No.
We're on the 2nd floor.
You're on the first floor on
We're on the first floor.
room 13,
It's
but
not
you're like in the
open?
middle.
We're in the
you're
middle of the hallway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's. Do I would presume that Nord would run towards the closest exit and
So
pull Mariah along.
there's two ways because it's a hallway.
Mhm.
There's down that way towards the lobby, and you see the
Mm-hmm.
doors. Of course, it looks kind of dark. You see the emergency exit down the opposite way, and there's a hallway. If you go toward that exit, the first hallway is on your left. It goes more in. So those are your options.
Yeah.
There's also a
I
stairwell.
would say. Well, the stairwells. What's closest?
We'll say the hallway is the closest, and then the stairwell is on the opposite side.
Sure. I mean, knowing most hotels, is this a pretty big building? Is it like a motel? Is it?
It's a motel.
You know,
It's got
it's a
3
motel.
floors to it.
Sure. We're on the first floor. I mean, most of the time, every hallway leads to an exit. Is my guess. So I'm gonna say closest hallway wins.
Okay, so you're in the main hallway,
Yeah.
right? You can go that way to the lobby, which leads out.
Mhm.
You can go the other way to the exit, which will be closer, but
Yeah.
it's still down the hallway. Then there's a minor hallway you could go down. You don't know where that goes, and then you have a
Yeah.
stairwell. The tyranny of choice.
Well, I know. Actually, the lobby seems like the best because the guy is right here.
Correct.
So maybe we'll run towards the lobby.
All right. What do you bid to beat it down there? You just run down there.
I think we're gonna just run down there.
All right. Shuffling of feet, Nord and such, moving that way. If you bid, you can definitely be in the lobby at the door. If you don't, you're
Yeah.
going to be on your way there.
I will bid.
You could also throw down. I could say bid or throw down on that.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll bid a flaw, which is tunnel vision.
That would make sense. Tunnel vision, you start hearing doors around you break. You can't see what's inside, but you can feel the void in there, and there are people that are coming out of the rooms, and they don't seem happy. All right, Tony Simon.
I am going to bid too much time in the seminary stacks to run towards the lobby.
Right as Nord, you see Tony just burn past you and Mariah.
Okay. And I'm going to bid power through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Pally, and he was an older man. Was he slight or was he heavier?
He's slight. He's
He's
slight.
slight. I'm literally going to pick him up and throw him over my shoulder and run to the lobby as well.
As you do that, you're a little bit slower. You're gaining on Nord and Mariah as you hear the busting and such as the bad guys go. From behind you, again, it's dark. You can just barely see the silhouettes. Seems like people falling into the hallway, clamoring to get up, scraping on the walls, rushing towards you. Person in the back, Simon, make a reaction roll as someone or some things are attempting to grab your legs.
Okay. That would be Grace because I'm trying to run away.
Or, yep, Grace or Braun.
Who's there?
The threshold is 2.
Okay, well, I got it. 3.
As you get grabbed a couple times, you break free. You hear grunts and almost like animalistic sounds from behind you, but your adrenaline's going and you're going to get this guy out of here. Doors busting down. Bad guys are going. Player turn. You all get to the lobby. Looking outside, you see a couple things. One, the curtains have been drawn. Maybe that's why it's been dark. All the lights in here are off. It looks like in the shadows of maybe in the bathroom, maybe behind where the keys are and stuff, there's people lurking about, quickly moving and such, and closing in on you. What are you all doing?
Does an 8 on a D8, that doesn't give you flare, right? It has to be a D10.
It does give you
to
2
flare.
successes, though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got to be a 10 or higher to give you.
But so the 2 successes gives me a narrative point.
Is there
if
a door?
2 successes above the threshold gives you a narrative point.
Well, I get
Yeah, there's a door to the lobby.
because the threshold was 1 and I got 3, so isn't
Yeah,
that...
you got one. Yep,
Yeah,
you have a
okay.
narrative point. Correct.
Is there? You know how they have that big furniture in lobbies?
Yeah, there's always big furniture in here.
I'm gonna push Mariah forward a little bit and bid forgery to activate quick and dirty to forge. I don't think forgery works. To forge a door stop.
No,
I don't think that works.
I think that's a homonym.
Yeah. What about because I have to activate quick and dirty. Actually, no, I have some of that, a little bit of that spicy explodey stuff. As
Yeah.
soon as everybody's through the door, I'm just gonna chuck it.
All right, so we'll
into
hold
the hall.
off on you because they're not through the door yet.
Which door are you talking about? The door outside?
The door that you're getting ready to run through.
The
As
lobby.
soon
going
as
to
Simon-
outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, as soon as Simon, exits the hallway door, I'm gonna throw a little.
So the hallway doesn't have a door on it.
Oh, it doesn't. All right. Well, then I'm gonna see if Simon's okay.
Yep. Simon is running out with the clerk.
Okay. I'm
Both
just
of
gonna
them
run
with
out
busted up faces.
there. Is anybody pursuing?
You can't really see, but it sounds like it. Sounds like
Okay.
people are rushing down the hallway towards you.
Yeah. All right. Good.
So what do? Do you run out the
gonna-
lobby door?
Yeah, I'll run out the lobby door and
As you
if
get to
I
the lobby door,
go-
it is definitely locked. As
Uh-oh.
you sort of bounce off, it goes. You hear it make.
I'll yell to Simon, lock picking, or actually, I'll bid Mariah's lock picking ability and see if she'll.
Are you guys cool?
Simon's not doing well today.
Well, in all fairness, in a hotel, we're on the inside. It's just gonna be like a lock. You can just twist it
Yeah.
and open the door.
That's
Yeah.
true. And
Dirty.
and that's true. In normal situations, you might pull that off. Try it.
Oh, I'll try unlocking the door.
Yeah, as you're like, as you unlock the bolt. Chunk, chunk. Actions on you all.
Is it open?
I mean, the bolt's not locked.
Okay, I'll push on the door.
It won't open.
Cool. I think we're stuck. I think we need a lockpick.
Is the
Mariah
Is the-
screams, but the lock's already turned. The lock, there's no lock.
I don't know. I didn't make this house or this hotel.
I'm assuming it is a glass door.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to yell, Nord, get out of the way.
Okay.
And I will pull out my gun, and as I'm running towards it, I will shoot the glass door.
What do you bid?
I'm gonna bid gunplay, which is one of my gifts.
As you see Simon, Tony, you see Simon pull out this gun, pointing it, running like in Die Hard, like Bruce Willis with a dude over his back.
And I'm going to shoot towards the bottom of the door
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to try to. I want to, when it goes through the door, it'll just hit the sidewalk outside. It's not
Yep.
going to be like straight ahead to where it'll shoot out into the street.
Nord, you getting out of the way? Are you moving off to the side? You dropping to the floor? You grabbing Mariah? What are you doing? Throwing her through the glass? What's happening?
Hitting a bunch of wrong buttons. I am. I'll probably seeing Simon pull his weapon out. I'll probably grab Mariah and I'll bid altruist so that any shards of glass don't like spray on Mariah, and I'll like try and cover her.
Yeah, nice. As you shield her, maybe throwing your like the Terminator, throwing your back towards the door, you hear the glass as Simon, you've shot the door out. The glass bursts and goes everywhere. Tony, what are you doing? The action's still on you guys.
I will, because there's going to be that metal piece in the middle of the bar. So I'm going to, as I'm running, I do this to clip it out and like basically push it through.
All right, so this
Go on.
is going to be Tony's. This is going to be complicated, so I got to explain this. Tony is going to duck.
As Tony runs, ducks, goes outside, Simon barrels through this door. The rest of the glass exploding on the outside, scuttlebutting across the parking lot. You're immediately hit with light from 3 p.m. Nord, Mariah, I'm assuming you run out the door. As you have hold of Mariah, and you both duck out of the door before the doors slam and bang against the motel. As you guys find yourselves blinded from the horrible fucking sun, 3 p.m., it's barreling down, there's some cloud cover and such, and silence from the motel, although it is dark. Glass everywhere. You hear some people across the way at the coffee stain, like shouting to each other. Maybe look over, see there's a few patrons that are like looking out the window, pointing and such, and someone inside, probably the waitress, dialing on the phone. As there's a couple people like kind of ducking, smoking outside next to the Buick, not realizing whose Buick it is, of course, like pointing and seeing you guys. Simon, you're standing there holding your gun up.
I don't stop. As I run through the door, I run out to the driver's side. I open up the back door and throw Pally in, slam it, and open up the front door and say, BB in front, and hop in.
As Mariah is immediately like, okay. As these two dudes, they're just hanging out. Like one just drops his cigarette drops out of his mouth. He's like, whoa, 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 as he backs away and ducks into some bushes. What about the other two of you?
I will jump in the back seat and look out and see if anybody's pursuing us.
Tony?
I will attempt to follow Nord.
All right, you guys get into the back seat. Nord, as you're looking back at the motel, just an eerie darkness on the entrance, but otherwise no movement whatsoever.
Okay.
You know,
I pill out.
Whoa. Shouldn't we see if they're gonna follow us or something? Maybe?
No, because we've caused a scene. There will be police here soon.
Sure.
We need to get out of here.
And we totally abducted this guy.
So he's got like just this gnarly bludgeoned face on his cheek, some blood out of his nose from like the sinus bleeding. He kind of rolls over and looks at you, Nord. Who are you? As you guys are heading what direction?
I'm going to bid evasive.
Can we?
Because what I'm literally going to do is I'm going to speed off one way and then start making turns and start basically starting to slow down, but I'm kind of weaving and doing different things until I get to a point where I think if anybody's tried to follow us or anything, so we'll get lost.
You've got
basically.
it. We've got Nord's got the map up. Where are you going? As bidding evasive, the cops are not there yet. You went off in one direction, so they assume you went that direction.
Okay.
I know we should, before you say where you think we're going, should we drop this guy off somewhere, or do we need to keep him with us for the duration until the party?
So right now you are in transit, so it's fine if you don't know where you're going, but it means you're just kind of going in zigzaggy circles.
I'm going to head towards the fancy. But
I was gonna say, let's not say that out loud, because now this guy knows that this is where we're going.
Well, he's staying with us. He tried to force us in there. We need to ask him questions.
I absolutely agree that the fancy seems like. Is this guy? Does he seem violent or threatening?
He seems hurt.
Is he?
He's like a 70-year-old man who has a bludgeoned face. Does that sound familiar?
I'm gonna give him some pain pills.
Yeah, what pills do you have?
Slap him first and wake him up.
For what you're about
do
to
what?
do. And Simon, I'm gonna give you forgiveness for what you're about to do.
Slap him and wake him up. We don't need him medicated.
We don't? Okay.
We need to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
He was trying to trap us in that room.
Are you okay? What's going on, man?
What happened? You see his eyes are like dilated because he's concussed.
Is he concussed or on drugs? How many fingers am I holding up?
3, I think. Who are you?
How many fingers am I holding?
There are 4 lights.
You get a pip for that.
As you guys make your way speedily toward the fancy.
Why did you try to shut us in this room? At the hotel.
I was coming to tell you. Oh. As you see him kind of like passing out.
Tell us what?
Slap him once and wake him up.
Wake up.
What?
Do you have some?
Huh?
Do you have some alcohol? I'll give him a shot.
Yeah, sure. It's in the pantry. As he points off to the side of the car.
I know. I'm pretty sure that I have. What is it? Widow's Wrath? Is that like a truth serum?
You could try it.
If you have an upper, I would give him an upper, but don't give him any pain meds.
No, it's not. It's not exactly. It's got a weird. I'm looking deep in my.
So you can bid.
I might have something
to know
Tell
what
me.
Widow's Wrath does. Or you can look it up.
does-
Do you want to know?
What is it?
Yeah, I'll throw it on.
Widow's Wrath. And if the players can find it, it's fine. It's on page 304.
Or is it Forget Me Lot? No, Forget Me Lot is what I should use. Where
It's also on page
on
304. So have Holker look it up for you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Simon, you are in command of the wheel. You've bid evasive, so you're pretty good. As you guys are going down the Jefferson corridor, hang a right, get on one of the main roads, and to go toward the fancy. As you hear first and then see the police sirens, 3 cop cars, woo, doo, woo, going in the direction that you came from. I'm assuming you're going fast, but you're not speeding.
Right.
And Mariah is up front as she looks over at you, seeing the 3 in the back. And she goes, "So what's going on with my dad?"
Well,
Honestly, I don't even know if that looked like him.
I don't know. He may have gotten himself mixed up in all this.
Well, we gotta find my mom
That's
and tell her what's going on. She's gonna be pissed.
well, we can either. Guys, do you think we should go to the fancy where we were supposed to meet an hour from now, or should
Yeah.
we just head
Oh,
over?
absolutely.
Or should we head over to the
Buttes.
Buttes house?
Buttes? Well,
Simon,
we-
you
we-
look in the
we've
rearview
not-
mirror, and you see Tony and Nord doling out like these drugs, like kind of arguing over it with the dude in the middle of them.
yeah, I know which one I want to use now, but go ahead.
Well, no, go on. Do the role play first, and then we'll get to
Do you
that.
want to? Because we said we'd meet at the fancy at 4, but
Yeah.
we know that that's where she went. We could try to see if she's still there, or do we want to go wait for her?
I mean, knowing her, she's probably got into some kind of trouble, and I'm guessing the police are either already there, or I mean, it's up to you. You're driving. I definitely want to go to the fancy. I'm kind of hoping this guy is there that I want to talk to, because he might be able to help us out. That being said, I'm gonna bid badge and clipboard and take us out of the montage and put us into.
You're not in the montage. You're in the dread.
Oh, we're in the dread. Well, I'd like to bid
Oh, yeah.
badge and I want to scare the shit out of this dude that we've got in there. That I'm a FBI agent, and
What do you tell him?
that
Because all you need,
we've
he's been
been-
cussed. What do you tell him?
yeah, we've been following along what you've been up to for a while. So we can give you a plea deal, or
What is that plea? What?
yeah, or we're gonna have to put you in prison.
Prison? I can't go to prison again. It's a young man's game.
Where are they going tonight?
What?
Where are you taking them?
As he kind of like blinks at you. I mean, I was gonna go home and get some dinner.
How old is this dude?
It's like
We need to
70.
drop this guy we got to drop this guy at a hospital. That's where we need to go.
Well, we need to get
Have
the
you-
information from him first.
Have you administered any drugs yet?
No, but I'm getting ready to administer forget me lot so
I
he doesn't
see.
remember this
I see.
conversation.
Are you all really FBI agents?
Yeah, we're all FBI. We've been following this ring that is killing children. You know about that, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you know about? Have you? Has anybody asked about?
Everyone make a reaction roll. As Nord, as you're sitting there over him, and he's kind of looking around, suddenly his eyes focus and turn black.
Oh shit!
He grabs you and in a deep guttural voice says something in a language you don't understand and yet still do. As you hear the chanting of Erishkaga Narevelo. As he says, all will return to the deep. As perhaps, Simon, you didn't see something in the road. You don't know. But your Buick goes clank and throws the wheel hard to the left. As going 40 or some odd miles an hour, you start to lose control of the car and you feel the whoop tilting of the vehicle as it's going to roll. So this is all world action. Nord and Tony, this old man grabs your shirts, like where your chests are, like Kalima Shakti Day style, as you feel like him like grab into the skin and it hurts and he's holding on to you as he looks up into perhaps the sky, shouting and laughing at the same time, his hair going wild. That's the world action. The bad guy goes.
We do cunning.
Yeah, you can do cunning.
Okay.
Also, Simon, if you don't do cunning, the car flips.
Okay. What's the threshold on keeping the car from flipping?
It's gonna be 2.
It's gonna be 2. If
You
what
can also bid the car. It's your car.
Well, that's what I was about to. Because I don't think bidding a car should be a D4.
Yeah, and does it have any traits on it?
It does not, but just the simple fact that it's.
Well, you guys, the Buick is a thing, so let's. We'll have 2 traits on it. So, Leah, give me a trait for the Buick, and we'll say,
If
Nord, give
Leah
me a
does
trait
it,
for the Buick.
It's gonna be scratched up.
The trait I'm gonna give it is old reliable.
There you go.
Yeah.
Old reliable, and then Nord, what's one?
I was gonna say durable because that thing's
durable.
made out of a tank.
Yeah. So that gives it a let's see, D4, D6, D8. So it's got a D8 on it.
Okay.
Oh, fuck it, I love the Buick. Holker, give it another trait. We'll have it. The Buick will have a D10.
Blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
It's a
Oh, no.
brown.
Can
I know, but,
not be
but
yellow?
originally it was blue.
Oh, okay. It's got
No,
little
it needs a
blue
better
streak.
trait. Come on, Holger, what's a trait for the Buick? Like first glance, you're like, is that blue? No, it's beige. Oh,
That's why it blends so well.
right.
It's like that. It's like that dress that doesn't like everybody disagrees on the color of. It. No,
Yeah.
it's green. No, it's blue. Hello.
It's actually not a bad trait for a detective's car.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
It
like
makes
a
a weird
mirage.
sound when it runs.
So you get to choose. He's giving you a couple ideas, but either way, it is a D10 that you got on it. You got 3 traits
Okay.
on it.
Clunker is what?
Clunker. All right.
Well, because it makes the
Yeah, makes sense.
noise.
All right. So go ahead and throw down to keep the wheels on the road.
Okay.
And the rest of you, you've dropped cunning. So what are you doing?
I've got 3 successes.
Yeah, you keep the Buick all reliable on the road. You hear the exhaust fire, clunker style.
I got 2 successes.
So you are rolling reactions, basically because this guy's grabbing you. All you needed was 1 success, which you got, as you easily are able to break free from him. But he's squirrely, and his hair is going all over the place. He looks like the Crypt Keeper with black eyes. Yeah, the action's on you guys.
I got 3 successes on
To
the
do what?
reaction.
Oh, yeah. So you get a narrative point.
Oh, nice. I would like to use my narrative point to say that I have that dirge on me.
Dirk?
The knife. The dirk.
Yeah, that's a dirk.
The dirka. Yeah.
Just Dirk.
I have dirk in my notes. I just didn't read my notes before I talked, so that's my bad.
It's the blade that at the end of The Princess Bride, when Buttercup is going to stab herself, that's a dirk.
Oh yeah, no, it's a long. I mean, I presume that I've got a long coat on, and it's kind of in.
You got that dirk. Killing knife. Yeah.
It's just in there, and I'm gonna stab him in the.
Yeah, and what do you bid?
Stomach. I'm gonna bid the dirk itself.
Well, what are you gonna bid to do it?
Oh, to
You
do
can,
it?
you can, and you can in fact just bid the dirk if you want. It doesn't
I'll
give you an extra
bid,
die when you do that though.
Ranger. Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
Yep. As you bid Ranger to kill a wild animal, as you stab him, go ahead and throw down. Threshold to get this guy, to get him good, should be 1.
Okay, and I don't know. That is because I've never stabbed anyone before.
Right, so this would be Grace. So your
Grace.
action die and Grace.
Okay, action and grace. Copy that. And if I bid the Dirk, does that help, or is that the
That
bidding?
gives you an extra die.
Yeah, I want an extra die.
Yeah, sure. Does the dirk have any traits on it?
It's got runes.
Okay, then it does a d6. It gives you an
Yeah.
extra die of d6.
Okay.
You're bidding the rune dirk.
Okay. Yeah, the rune Dirk. That's 3 successes.
All right, so you get another narrative point.
Nice.
And give me a second. Let me find the rune dirk. I think this is it. This is
As
the one
I'm
you got from the
amazed-
ritual hut, right? From the
Yeah.
weird hut.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the only one I have around me. But can I use the narrative point to say
For
the
what?
guy went to why the guy was in prison?
Yeah, why?
Because he was a child molester.
Oh,
I didn't know
so-
this.
Oh yeah. So
But he was a bad dude, so like he barely survived. He was in solitary for like, I don't know, 10 years, maybe 15 years, because they would have killed him. And the only reason he survived is because they put him in solitary. So that's why he changed. That's why he was into like becoming involved with this cult.
I dig it. So essentially, essentially he was reformed, trying to do well for himself and such, and give back to society.
You realize that makes my narrative point from last game makes it even worse.
Yeah, what was that
No,
one
no.
again?
My narrative point from last game was that he recognized Mariah and knew.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely a pederast. Right. As Nord, you're pretty sure you've seen this guy. You've seen his face. Now that he's looking all wild, you think you've seen him. Oh, this guy. He's a pedophile. As you stick him, roll damage. It is a dirk. It's a light weapon, so it's a D4.
That is 4.
All right, and you beat it by 2, so that's 6 damage.
6. Okay.
And he's already taken 2. As you roll a chaos die. A BT6.
Is that a D6?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, I rolled a 1. Can I spend violence
Sure. if you want.
proficiency
It's up to you.
and not do a 1? That's a 6.
As you've dealt another damage. As you hear the sickening crunch of probably his spine as you stick right through him. As he jerks wildly and then just dies on your shoulder, Tony. Blood coming out of his mouth, shit, piss everywhere. He dies immediately. You smell it. Mariah goes, "Oh my god!" As the runes alight on the dirk. You can see them burning inside this guy's body, Tony and Nord. What were we going to say, Tony?
I begin administering last rites.
Fuck yeah, what do you bid?
Priest.
His bid priest is Tony's like, hey, there's a sizzling sound, Nord. As you see the area like cooking. And you see his body kind of like jerk and his arm jerk up and start to inflate a little bit and heat radiating off of his body. So that's the world action. No, it's not, because that was the cunning turn. So the bad guys go, well, he's dead. He starts to inflate rapidly, jerking as he does, blood spatter going everywhere. So you realize he's going to explode.
I think we get him, we drop him.
Player
Tony,
turn.
you
What
wanna
do you
help
guys do?
You want to help me throw him out of the car, Tony?
Casually, hey, you want to throw this guy out of the car?
You're interrupting. You're interrupting something very important here. But yes, let's do this.
Mariah turns. Simon. She turns to you. Nord stabbed him. She turns back. He's blowing up. You look in the rearview mirror. He's like, oh.
I'm gonna get off the main roads and start going down alleyways.
Yeah, this is imminent. So I'm gonna give you guys 4 seconds. What do you do? Because he's gonna blow up in your car. Yep, Simon's.
Let's throw him out of the car. I'm gonna bid. Toss him out. I'm gonna bid.
Bid toss him out.
Toss him out. Burning.
As Simon, you get off to the side street. You can bid to have control of where you are, or it's just a side street.
It's just an alleyway. Like
you have this alley. It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle alley. There's like a dumpster. Everything's dark. There's like a manhole that has steam coming out. As you guys pull up, there's some thugs down the street. They kind of look. Some homeless people, warming themselves by one of the barrel fires. As the door opens up, Nord and Tony. Tony, are you helping Nord? Or are you still administering your rights?
I realized that I quit for a reason and I help him out.
As you get this guy out, the dirk still in him, sizzling.
I'm gonna pull the dirk out.
Oh, you pull the dirk out. Oh, okay. As you pull out the dirk, he kind of deflates a little bit. It looks like he's boiled from the inside.
Nord, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. This guy was attacking me. I was self-defense.
Get back
So
in.
you did that, but then what?
You guys are on in this alleyway arguing about it with this dead guy.
Is he gonna explode?
Get in the car.
All right, we don't have a choice.
Yeah, I guess we should take this guy with us now that he's not gonna explode.
No, get in the car.
Without the guy.
He's just like.
All right, we'll just leave the guy there. He's fine.
You hear the thugs. What the fuck? From down the street. What are you guys doing? The action's on you.
Action's on Simon. We got in the car.
They're in the car.
Got in the car.
Hit it. Let's get out of here.
Okay, now I'll drive. Yeah.
As you drive past the gangsters, they're like, and you see them run down. Look at the bacon, dude.
I flash him what looks like a badge with my. I'm gonna bid
fucking pigs. Simon, your car smells. The back seat has had a rough time.
Yeah.
The last few days.
And piss and shit everywhere.
Where do you guys go?
Go to the fancy. Get some lunch.
No. After this, I'm making a judgment call. We're gonna go try and get Leah.
Speaking of Leah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Leah. He's dropped you. He's leaned over this huge man. He's told you to behave. You hear Lady Callie invite you to converse with them. Loretta Lavon is choking.
Okay, I won't move. Although you certainly have some moves. Not bad.
As he looks down, you see a little bit of a smile, like, curl up on his lip, as he maybe can't help but take the compliment. Yeah.
Leah will actually, at this point, sort of slightly look over in Loretta Lavon's direction. How are you feeling, Miss Lavon?
What'd you do to me? Lady Cowley says,
It is such a
go on.
potent drug. I hope I got your weight right. You're about 140, aren't you?
She just chokes and gags.
Well, I hope I got it right. I'd hate for you to die on the spot. That would make it all pointless.
The commandant still, leaning over towards you. You really don't like her, do you?
Oh, I don't like any of you, really.
Why don't you drop that gun?
Now, why would I do that?
He stands up, looking down at you. He kind of cranes his neck. I'm not going to ask you again.
Oh, you don't smell it yet, do you?
He just kind of raises an eyebrow.
It's okay. Give it a second. You'll smell it.
There's a pause. Lady Callie, you hear her voice. You can't really see her because this guy is in your way, and you're also on the floor next to the refrigerator and the range. Child, don't be a fool.
And what am I being foolish about exactly?
You see this guy kind of smile. They never learn. Never learn. So, why'd you come here?
Why? Oh, to stop you, of course. I know
you see,
all about the elixir you're trying to make.
You see his eyebrow raise over his sunglasses as he turns around, looking at Loretta Levon, who's still coughing. She's got all the nightshade like in her face. As she looks up at him, and you can bid or throw down to see what they are wondering.
I'll go ahead and throw down. Would that be like wits?
Yeah, wits would work.
Okay. So that would be 4 successes. With a 10 too, so...
Yeah, so you get a narrative point. You get a narrative point.
No, a narrative point, or is it... Okay, and then So do I get a narrative point, and I get to take a trait back?
Correct. Yeah, when you get a 10 or higher on a die, you get flair, and you get that for as many dice as roll the 10 or up, and that's when you get to recover something you've exhausted.
Yeah.
Beating the threshold by 2 or more gives you a narrative point.
Okay, gotcha.
And you have to roll that, and it doesn't matter. With 4 successes, you know for a fact she has no clue what you're talking about. He doesn't. Like this guy, you see, he's obviously in on whatever it is they're in on, but he's a goon, the commandant. Loretta Levon, with 4 successes. Does anyone know? I'm going to give this to the players really quick. Does this ping anything that in your minds of what you've encountered up until now? As Leah mentioned the elixir, Loretta Levon doesn't seem to know what she's talking about. As in, like, them making the elixir.
To me, it makes me think that maybe they're just throwing a party for rich people and not sacrificing people. Maybe it's a different story.
What about Simon and Tony?
Well, it doesn't. The one guy was a kook anyway, so he's the one who could be out of left field about his elixir that he was trying to make.
Talk about Grimwald.
Grimwald, because he wasn't a part of this group. He wanted to be a part of this group. So what he thought was happening could not have been happening at all because he was an outsider anyway.
And then Tony?
I think they're drinking the statue's tears.
As these 3 thoughts all occur for you, you're not sure which one is true or not true or what credence, but it's other stuff to think about. So that's 4 successes, and then I'm going to give you something that you do know from Loretta Levon looking at the commandant. You see the glance. He's asking her, with a glance. What's she talking about? She's uncertain, and then it dawns on her. You see recognition. And then she looks at you. What do you know of Grimwald? As she kind of takes a step towards you, and she's got the knife out, all menacingly, but it's like the wrong way, like she doesn't know how to use it. And she's like, and she gets down near you. You see her eyes are like absolutely bloodshot, dilated, and she's under the influence of your drugs.
Why don't you tell me? Where are you guys having this little party tonight?
So this is all on your turn, right? So you're gonna bid?
Let's see.
Also, the odor of gas is natural gas is becoming quite heavy.
For this one, I'll bid interrogator.
And you ask her what?
I'm asking her, why don't you tell me? Where are you having this little party tonight?
The masquerade?
Sure.
Of course. At the Hideaway. Or its real name. Does anyone remember the real name of the Hideaway? You guys named
The
it.
Blue Note.
The Blue Note. Beneath the Hideaway. As you see her kind of like question why she told you that, the Commandant looks at her. You hear movement. You can't see what's going on. You hear a window open.
Annabelle's not home, right?
She looks at you. I don't know. She should be at school. She looks over at the Commandant. He shrugs.
And the girl you all kidnapped, is she already at the club?
Oh, Gabriella? She got away.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Commandant
that's-
looks back over at her. Why are you telling her this?
Okay, sorry. Hold on. Oh. So, who all else are you? I'm assuming you guys got the replacement.
You see a twisted smile on her face. Well, we were going to use your daughter.
At that,
She just
actually,
smiles.
At that, actually, Leah might. Her jovial expression might drop for a second, and she'll just get like a deadly, piercing glare.
What a sad thing to grow up in the world without a mother or a father. As in this moment you realize somehow Marcus is tied to this. Lady Callie, you don't see her. There's movement, there's sounds. You're not sure what it is. Something is going on. The Commandant looks down. Give up the gun.
Miss Levon, why don't you take that knife and stab the Commandant?
We'll have you bid and throw down for that.
No, that's fair.
Because it makes you persuasive, but it's more of a truth serum. It's not really a, mind control.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's kind of both, but that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, but also this is your game, so like, yeah. Anyway, I'll say no more.
Threshold
that
on this
would be-
is 2.
Okay. Do I have anything else? Yeah, that's only one success, unfortunately.
As she turns and kind of goes to stab him, as he stops her and just holds her arm back. What is wrong with you? Outside, you guys pull up to the buttes. You notice as you come in, one or all of you, we'll say, yeah, one or all of you can bid or throw down to notice different things.
I'm gonna bid my background streets.
With streets, as you come around the corner to where Annabelle Butte's house is, or mansion, you pass by Leah's car about an eighth of a mile away.
Her vehicle's still here.
She didn't park very close.
Well, if you're trying to sneak up, probably what she did.
I'm
no,
guessing
what'd she
that's
do?
exactly,
What'd she
exactly
do?
what she did. She's probably in there protecting you, Mariah.
She kind of looks over her. She turns around. She doesn't have her seatbelt on. It's the 80s. She turns around. Her knees are in the seat, and she looks back at you with this, like, just face scrunched up. Oh, come on. She's doing this for herself. She sits back down in a huff. Did you guys want to bid or throw down, or are you just letting it roll?
I can throw down. You want?
Do it. Do it. Tony?
Throwing down.
I'm gonna let it roll.
Yep.
I got 2.
You note one swishy pants woman is walking down the street.
Oh, I'll tell Simon to avoid her and just play it cool.
It's like the hot fuchsia and then like orange and navy stripes right here on her.
She's gonna call the
complete
cops on us
windsuit.
any second.
What y'all doing?
I'm going to, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up into the driveway.
You do. You notice 3 cars there. One is a. I had it written down. It's gone. Where are they? Oh, there's a BMW. There's a Jaguar and a Corvette.
Fancy.
Is the driveway full?
No, it's a big fucking
Okay.
mansion house.
Okay, well,
It's got one of those bloop.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull in.
Yeah, you do.
And just hop out of the. It's like, guys, let's go in here, and I'm just gonna go knock. Let's find out what's going on.
As you get out of the car, 1, it smells so much better out here. 2, you can just see in through the windows that lead into the kitchen windows, which there are several, and it's raised up a little bit, even though it's the first floor. You like go up some stairs to get to it. You see a large, imposing black man, and the cap, and very smartly dressed, looking down, hands on hips, at someone, obviously on the ground. You notice the refrigerator is bent in, like it was hit with a wrecking ball. You also see Loretta Levon, just the top of her head, and she's sitting there talking to someone. There's a couple windows that are open, and from this window you see this shadowy person, which you don't know is Lady Callie, but out of game you know it's her. You can just see her silhouette with like the reflection and such, standing next to the fireplace that has a fire in it, by the way. By the way. So everybody knows. What do you guys do?
Well, it looks like something's going on in there. I'm going to go knock on the door and say I'm the police.
Simon, what should we do? What should we do with Mariah?
Somebody needs
Oh,
to
I'm
watch
going in. If my mom's in there, I'm going in. She pops out of the car and walks up to the door.
Just hang behind us. We've been through a lot. Remember when they
she
were all
turns
sick in
around.
the hotel? These guys could be sick like that.
She turns around. Look, I'm gonna go get my mom.
When did I become Mariah's babysitter. Why is this happening?
Nord
Come on,
turns
Simon.
around.
Belong at this rate.
Action's on you guys. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up.
All right, you
And-
walk up. Mariah's at the door. Inside, Leah, you hear clack, 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 clack. Knocking.
I'm gonna be like, pow, 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 pow. Open up, police.
Commandant looks over, and he looks back at you. Breaking and entering. Or you could give up that gun.
You smell it yet, Mr. Commandant?
As he sits back up. Just a moment, you hear from inside. Mom! You hear Mariah's voice. As the Commandant slowly looks at you, you see his eyebrow raise. Be right there. Do you smell it? It's called fear. As he turns and starts walking to the door.
I thought it was what the Rock was cooking.
Oh. Action's on you guys. The door to the Splody house is about to open.
Leah will actually, at this point,
You hear the gas just... And it's at that moment, Leah, as he moves out of the way. You see the fireplace going. Lady Callie standing there in front of it, a quiet smile on her face. Almost like she knows.
about the bomb.
As the man starts to open up the door, he does.
As
You see Mariah and...
as he starts to open
Simon.
the door. No, as he starts to open the door, I'm gonna kick it.
What do you bid?
I'm going to bid authoritative. So it's like
Go ahead and throw down. You are surprising him.
Yeah.
With this.
Would that be brawn?
And yeah, I'd say brawn.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll go into rounds. We'll do world action, antagonists, aka cunning round, or cunning turn, and we'll go into that as the proverbial shit is hitting the fan. Tony and Nord, I need to know where you are.
I would be right next to Mariah. So
Okay. So you're at the door.
trying to convince her. Yeah, no, I mean, I was trying to convince her to like, why don't you hang back? I mean, come on.
You guys
like,
can bid her to stay back.
What if I feel like this is a dangerous situation?
I'm okay with bidding her to stay back. If you want to do that.
Actually, I would have probably. Can I spend a narrative point or a pip to have a brief conversation with Mariah as we're walking up to the?
It would be
door.
a narrative point because it's in this moment. But before you do that, Tony, where are you?
I'm a few steps behind Simon.
All right, so you guys are all basically at the front door. We'll say in the very back is Mariah and Nord talking. What do you say to her?
I'm gonna say, I don't know what's gonna happen right now, but if you know of any good hiding places around here,
Why do we
I
need to
presume
hide?
you played here. Well,
It's
you
just
never know.
Annabelle's house. You guys are so paranoid.
We've been through a lot these last couple of days, and you know how all the doors were banging. Like a lot of people are sick. It's like some weird virus, I guess. that's
Nord,
going
you just
around.
killed someone. You just stabbed someone to death.
I mean, I'm clearly sick too. So the best thing you can do sometimes is just to let the adults be insane and, do everything you can to just
All right, what do you
make
bid?
sure that nobody sees you. I'm gonna bid altruist because I care about her.
As you bid that, she huffs. Fine, and she goes back to the Buick, looks around. I'm gonna go
Not
to the...
in the car.
She rolls her eyes again. Fine, I'll go to the back. There's a few hiding seek places that we go on the cemetery. Is that safe enough?
Yeah, and if you see, the only people you can trust are your mom and maybe Simon, possibly me, and Tony if he's not reading anything. So
She looks at Tony. Fine. As you see her kind of scuttle or jog into the forest. Whee! All right. What'd you get, Simon?
I got 2 successes.
Boom!
So at this point, I did not hear Mariah call out.
No, you did hear her call out.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't we didn't retcon at all. It was just in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, when she's arguing with Nord, she goes, "Mom," like that. So you did absolutely hear her.
Gotcha.
Absolutely, you did. And in fact, for a moment, you saw her. But this dude is in the way right now. As you slam your foot or your shoulder into this door.
I kick it.
You kick it.
I'm
You kick
literally
it.
Yeah.
We're gonna say because you're absolutely surprising this guy.
Yeah.
It bounces off his face. His glasses break in half. His nose explodes. Roll me a d6.
Okay. 3.
As he kind of stumbles back. This guy's like an oak, though. As the glasses fall off like Agent Smith, he's already staring at you. He takes the door and throws it back. So much so, like you hear the hinge bust, like one of the hinges. This big wooden fucking door. As this dude is really strong. And he reaches a tree trunk arm out to grab you by the throat, Simon. These are antagonists. The shadowy person, Lady Callie, is doing something. You can't see her. Loretta Levon stabs you, Leah. Just comes down and goes for the fucking heart. I'm not going to tell you guys the mechanics. You already know the mechanics.
Can we spend cunning?
we're gonna.
Yes, you can.
Well, I didn't know if it was. Well, you said world action, so I didn't know if it was.
Yeah, so when the antagonists are doing stuff, it's their actions. So, yeah. World is just
Okay.
as
So
it
now we're
was.
in com-
This is cunning. So who's
Okay.
not spending cunning?
I'm gonna spend cunning on this.
I'm not.
You're not going to spend. So Tony's just hanging out. Tony, you do see Mariah run into the woods by herself. All right. Actions on you all.
Okay, I'm going to, as he starts to reach for me, he's thrown the door back and he starts to reach for me. I'm going to do like the kind of the football maneuver where I duck down and I go into them to try and like lift them up and throw them down. You know what I'm talking about?
As you try to get him by the waist and toss him, go ahead and what do you bid? And you have to throw down for it.
I'm gonna bid guarded.
You can tell, Simon, this dude is dense.
Right.
Like,
I'm trying to catch
you can
him.
pull it off. You can put what's your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
Yeah, you can pull it off, but he's a big boy.
I'm
He's a
trying
big
to
boy.
catch him off guard. Is what I'm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good maneuvering. Go ahead and throw down. Threshold for this is rather high.
okay.
We'll say because it's technically you've done cunning, you're catching him off guard. He's not going to react. Threshold is 3.
Okay.
Actually, you hit him in the face, so this would be the second attack on him. Threshold would be 2.
Okay.
Yeah, when you get attacked, the threshold goes up or goes down, depending on if you're a player or a antagonist. By the way, there's an ability that mitigates that. If you guys look through the book, so basically you can fight multiple people without having the threshold go up on you.
I'm going to, as I'm doing this, I'm reaching in with my left hand to grab my slapjack.
Yep.
So I'm going to bid the trait
It's about
on the
time.
slapjack as well.
About time the slapjack came out. As Tony, you have your beads, your rosary out, just holding it.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
3.
Yeah.
All right, so you beat it by 1. As you pick him up, the idea here is just get him off of his feet and throw him to the ground.
Yeah.
We'll give you a D4 for damage on that.
Okay. Yeah, because it's more so to get him on the ground.
Yeah.
That's 2.
2. So that plus 1 because you beat it by 1. As you pick him up, he goes, "Ah!" You kind of go into the house a few steps. You notice the smell of gas. You know when you walk into the threshold of a house, you can smell it.
Yeah.
As you throw him on the ground, you're on top of him because he's holding on to you, and but you have the mount position. As he's looking at you right in the face, you see some blood in his teeth as he smiles, big pearly white smile. This is gonna be fun. Other cunning.
Not me.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, you're getting stabbed, or almost. She's like, read.
So she's coming down with the knife. Presumably, since I'm still on the ground, she's gonna have to get down pretty low.
Yes.
I will use my. I'm assuming in my head I'm picturing her off to my left. So I'm kicking as she's coming down with the knife. I'm kicking the knife out of the way with my left leg.
She's to your right.
She's to my right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm kicking the knife out of the way with my right leg.
Yep.
But also just enough that it's gonna miss me, but still keep her in the momentum that she already established. And I'm going to temporarily let go of the gun, and as she's coming down on falling on me essentially, I'm going to reach up and attempt to grab her by the throat.
Okay, so that's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Basically, you're attempting to disarm her and then grab her by the throat. So which one of these things is the main action?
The main action is attempting to grab her by the throat.
Okay, so that means we can do degrees of success. I would say the threshold to do this is 2. That said, I forgot she dropped the knife. So she has a different knife. She'll actually take a moment to grab another knife from the little knife thing, which means it'll drop the threshold to 1. Basically, it's just not as fast. So threshold 1, I'm going to give you a mishap die because you're attempting to, play with knives.
Yeah. Not hurt myself.
Yep. So grace is what this needs to be. To hit the knife out of her hand, grab her by the throat. So action die, grace, and a d6.
So that's 3 successes total.
Yep, and no 1s, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you get a narrative point as you ninja kick that knife into the ceiling, and actually you have to grab her with the right because your arm is utterly fucked.
I let go of the gun temporarily to grab her by the neck.
As you grab her by the throat, she's like, "Oh!" Yeah. Are you just grabbing her by the throat, or are you actually trying to squeeze her neck?
I'm just grabbing her by the throat.
Yeah, you have her by the throat.
Pulling her close to me. What did you? And I'm not trying to actually choke her out, but I'm holding her by the throat. And I'm going to ask her, what did you all do to Cloyce? I'm deliberately not trying to choke her. I'm just holding her.
As she says, he was the Unwilling, and he got what he deserved. Nord, action's on you.
I see Simon.
You see that, and then you see a ninja kick, and this knife into the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Now you see where Leah is.
Leah as well.
She's on the ground. She looks fucked up. Yeah, you smell tons of gas, and you see the fire, and it zooms in like Alfred Hitchcock
Yeah.
style, into the
Yeah.
fire, into the oven with it on. And Leah looks incredibly injured
Oh shit.
Yeah.
and
Is
kind of out of her
there-
mind too.
Is there a way where I can run as fast as I can at Leah?
Yeah, she's
and I
so
would like
she's
to bid.
she's in between the fucked up refrigerator and the
Mm-hmm.
island for cooking, which is covered in red raw meat and half of a carcass from like a goat or something like that. Loretta Lavon is in front of her. Leah has grabbed her by the throat, and Leah's on the ground.
And can I make it to her?
Joe, yeah, especially if you bid.
I'm gonna bid. It's a flaw. It's OCD.
Okay.
I see Leah hurt, and he's a pretty altruistic guy. He's interested
Sure.
in helping his friends, so he is going to completely obsess about getting. He smells the gas. His obsession is getting her out of the building as fast as possible.
So you get over to her.
Consequences,
You've bid OCD.
Be damned. And I
Now-
want to. Is there a door near here or a window?
Not that it seems there's windows.
Yeah. Can I kind of grab her and like? So there's no door nearby.
Not that you
There's
see.
no way. Not that I see.
I mean, you'd have to look
Um,
around. I mean, you can see down the
I would-
hallway. There's a door to the back. You know that there's a
Yeah.
little bit of hallway around where the refrigerator is, and there's windows, big windows all over the place. But
And
remember,
they're
so the
shut.
main action here is you
Sure.
getting to Leah, picking her up something. There's a lot going on. That's
yeah,
going to
no,
frustrate these efforts.
I realize that. So I'm gonna run, and honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna try and
We don't care the why. What do you do?
yeah, I'm gonna try and knock what's her nuts, Levine off the top of her and like pick her up and start dragging her towards an exit, the closest exit
Which
that
one?
I know of.
You got to choose which one. The only one. Oh,
Whichever
you give
is-
me the thumbs up. You got the
Whichever
back
is
door and you got the
closest.
front. That's the only one you know.
But the back door is probably closer to the kitchen.
No, the
I'm
front
guessing.
door. The front door.
The front door. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
grabbing her. I'll grab her and try and carry her to the.
All right.
front
What do
door
you
then.
what do you bid? You're bidding OCD.
OCD, and I would like to add.
Well, you're gonna have to throw down. So then you
Yeah.
you can add stuff.
Hey,
Okay. Let
as
me
an
tell you the
aside,
threshold really quick.
Ken,
Huh? What?
Ken, as an aside, I don't know if it was something that matters, but behind you there was something like flashing a few times.
Yeah, that's when I do the thumbs up because it loves me.
Oh, okay. It looked like a camera, and I was like, "The fuck?" Sorry.
It loves you. Oh, whoa! You see, you got balloons. All right, so throw down. These are the things. I'll give you the threshold. You got a lot of obstacles around you. You can
Sure.
definitely get to Leah. Of course, if she
Sure.
doesn't help you, then it's going to make it even more difficult.
Sure. I get
Leah,
it.
are you going with Nord? He's pulling off. He's pulling Loretta Lavon out of your grasp and pulling you towards the front door, like evac style. Are you allowing him to do it? You got to say yes or no.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we can get to that in a second. Otherwise, this will take 10 minutes. So threshold to get there, do all this bullshit, and to start grabbing her, getting her halfway to the front door is 2. So go ahead and throw down. He gets to you. Now you guys can role play and do your thing. So go ahead and talk to him, whatever you want to say.
Oh, I was just gonna
have
use narrative
2
points to make sure I grab the gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
I
do
have 2 successes.
that. Yeah. As what's that
And
scene look
I'll
like? It's
bid-
between you guys.
Okay.
You don't need to bid something
Can I-
else. You've already done it.
Okay. It looks like Nord is afraid because he knows that the house is gonna potentially explode any second now, and he
When,
sees her.
So don't
very
tell me.
hurt.
You're talking to each other.
yeah.
Oh, we're talking to each other.
When,
Yeah, you're talking
Oh,
to each other.
when you're
we need
when you're grabbing me,
we need to get the fuck out.
yeah, turn off the gas.
I think it's too late for that.
Doesn't matter. Just do it on our way. We're going to pass it anyway. Just turn it off.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
All right, Nord, you're at limbo. You get her. You push Loretta Levon off. She's like, ah, and like falls off to the side. You've got Leah under the arms, and you're kind of like trying to pull her, but you know she's a muscled woman. Like she's actually kind of heavy, and you're pulling her. Leah, your side, you know your ribs are broken. Potentially, you think maybe your left arm is not broken, but it's hurt. Maybe sprained or something.
Could be
As
dislocated.
perhaps Nord, you got a choice. You can get her halfway. This is the limbo, the yes, but you can get her halfway to the front
Sure.
door, or you can turn off the gas. Spider-Man moment. Which one do you do?
I feel like as a chemist, I would think that it's not enough time, even if I turn off the gas.
I don't care about the why.
So I'm gonna
What
get
do you
her.
do?
I'm gonna get her halfway to the
All right,
front
get her
door.
halfway to
if
the
she'll
deal.
go.
As she's like, turn off the gas, and you're like, fuck that bitch. As you take her halfway to the front.
Well, in that case, what I will do, if I can, even, is as I notice that he's just walking past the stove.
He's not walking.
Well,
No,
you
can't. You got the long legs and the ninja legs. He's pulling you away from the stove. You can't kick it. But,
Fine.
all right, and you are absolutely fucked up. Like you're going down, dude. So he gets you. He's pulling you away from the stove. You can't kick it. The fucking gas
right.
is on. All right,
Okay.
Tony, are you dropping cunning or no? 5, 4,
No.
3, 2. Okay. Bad guys go. The commandant says, "You think you have me? I have you." As he stands up, Simon, he makes you freeze. Are you frozen? No. As he grabs you, you got him around the waist. He grabs you, your head, and pushes his thumbs into your eyeballs.
Oh, okay.
shit. So this will be a.
Well, because I'm on top of, he's on his back and I'm on top of him, right?
So this will be a reaction roll.
Okay.
And this time he does get roll. Da, 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 da.
Now, so would that be Braun or is that Grace? Because I'm trying to, which way?
I'm gonna say whichever one you want.
Well, I like in this situation, I imagine it's Grace because I'm trying to evade.
Move your
The-
fucking
the-
face. Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hulker, will you roll me a d8? Nord, will you roll me a d10?
I got a 6.
It's a 5.
All right, so it's 2. So the threshold is 5. Oh, I need a d6. Leah, will you roll me a d6? Tell me if it's a 1.
Selena.
Laner.
It is not. It's a
All
2.
right, cool. Yeah, threshold of 5. For him to grab your head, start trying to mess you up.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to bend my suit, the slick, because it's like, so I'm
Yeah.
using the. Yeah.
Yep, I dig it.
Do-
Remember, Tony, you could help him.
Yeah,
Anyone.
that's yeah, that's
I will aid.
All right, you got to spend cunning to do it.
Okay.
All right, as Tony, you run up. How do you aid? You see this guy trying to make Simon's face a bowling ball.
I take out my club that I just used to hit Marcus.
You get the rosary in
and-
one hand and the club in the other.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and what do you do with it? Like smack him with it? What do you bid? and then you give Simon an aspect.
I will bid. I got 1 violence, so I'll use that.
Oh well, what's the? It has to be a trait.
Oh, a trait. Oh, darn.
Give you 5 seconds for.
I will bid convinced. My
Yep.
nature.
And which aspect die do you give him?
Brawn, which is a
2
D6.
brawn. All right, you get that
Okay.
D6.
Okay, and can I use small arms as the ability small arms in this? Does that?
Why not?
Okay, then I'm gonna bid. I'm gonna bid my flaw stubborn.
Yeah.
And activate small arms.
There's like some Mr. In Between stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That show is really good.
Okay, so here's the situation. I have 2 successes out of all of that.
All right, and you got breath. As
I'm
Tony
gonna
is like,
spend a breath to go to limbo.
as Tony's hitting the guy in the face, he looks perturbed. As Simon, you being stubborn, you feel that this guy is just so strong. He's gonna the mountain your ass and like like he's gonna rip your skull apart. As you just bear down and headbutt him as he loosens his grip. It's a yes but situation, so you're gonna take half damage.
Okay.
You're not blinded, but your vision is obscured. This is just an other condition you have that could potentially come into effect. So the damage. Nord, will you roll me a d6? Leah, will you roll me a d6?
Dude,
4.
All right, so that's 6, so 3 damage.
Okay.
Halved. All right, that's him. Loretta Levon chokes. Having heard Leah talk about the gas, Leah, you'll see her turn off the gas. She turns, "What are you fucking crazy?" She says, Nord, as she does, you see Loretta Levon has this blue purple dust all over. Like these the bruises of Leah's handprint on her throat. Her hair's all over the place. She's in a dress that's been rolled around. She looks insane. Covered in like.
Does she look like one of them?
No, she just looks like a
Okay.
hoity-toity
Mingled.
person who's done Nightshade apparently.
Mingled. Yeah. Okay.
She turns off the gas. Lady, go on.
Leah will yell back, says the murderous psychopathic bitch.
Fuck you. As Lady Callie is standing in front of the hearth, still motionless, she's holding her cane, just watching you all. As this being the antagonist's turn after cunning, she calmly steps over the guy who's potentially dead. By the way, there's a doctor-looking dude who's bled out on the floor. She steps over him and calmly walks down the hallway and out the back door. Player turn.
Okay.
Who is she? I
And this is the last round for the night.
oh,
We'll
shit.
get a lot done here.
I'm going to
Yeah,
Hit.
world action. World action is dude is still fighting with Simon. Levon is still there. Old dude is on the ground, bleeding and or dead. The gas is off, but the room is filled with gas, and there's a fire over there.
I'm going to hit the commandant with my slapjack.
All right, so you're spending cunning because it is their
Well, no,
turn.
it's the player's turn.
You're right. I was wondering if
It
you were
is the
keeping
player's
track.
I was.
Well done. It is the player turn. Go.
Okay. Since he's prone and I'm on top,
Yep.
that would be brawn.
Yep.
So action and brawn. That is 2 successes.
Yeah, threshold for this is 3, but you've attacked him once, technically twice, so it is 1. So you hit him.
Okay.
As you whap, deal your
And then
damage,
my sight
and you get
depth is-
+1 because you beat it by 1. You all see Simon
actually-
lift up and start slapjacking this dude in the face.
That's 5 damage.
Damn! As he gets hit square in the face, and he just kind of shakes it off. He looks like it hurt, but this guy's tough as fuck. All right, rest of you, it's your actions on you all.
Leah
I will
will. Oh, go ahead.
take a swing at him.
All right, you baton him. What do you bid to do it? And go ahead and throw down. Leah, what are you doing?
Leah will take advantage of the fact that Nora's dragging her,
Mhm.
and like basically, grab his arm with her. Ooh, let's see here. How should I do this? She'll stick the pistol in her pocket for a second. Go grab his arm, and use it to pull herself up onto her feet.
Nord,
Then
all this
she-
happens. You see it, of course. It's happening in front of you.
Then she'll pull the pistol out of her pocket and walk over to the commandant, and crouch down and pull the trigger.
All right, and what do you
Okay.
bid? And Nord, what are you doing?
I feel like I'm getting into a small bowl. A ball as this, spark may.
He's gonna
Explode.
Leah will be precise.
I
Alright.
think Nord realizing that he told Mariah to go to the backyard may run to the backyard.
All right, what do you bid?
Now that Leah's away, I'm gonna bid conspiracy nut because he didn't like that lady who would just which is a flaw. He didn't like that lady.
Go ahead
And he
throw
just
down.
for some reason had like a bad feeling about her,
Uh-huh.
and then realized that he told Mariah to like run in the backyard,
Uh-huh.
and like suddenly felt very stupid.
All right, go ahead and throw down. All right, what did you get, Simon? We'll go in order. Oh no, you already dealt your stuff.
Yeah, I did mine.
Tony, what'd you get?
I am going to bid a season.
Yep, you've done this before.
Yeah.
And what'd you get?
2 successes.
All right, right now, this guy's threshold is 0 because he's getting beaten down. However, he's an antagonist. He does have an ability that allows him to gain his defense. He's not using it yet. So, you got 2 successes?
Yeah.
All right, roll damage. And add all the damage up. You get a +2 in addition to what you roll. The club is a d4 + 1. It should be a d4 + 1. So it'll be a d4 + 3.
Okay. D4 plus 3. That's a 6.
Yeah. As you see, Simon, immediately as you slap this guy in the face, like right in the forehead, with your slapjack, as you lift back to maybe assess the situation and potentially hit him again, as he shakes his head and looks at you and smiles, suddenly Tony is right beside you, just Rodney Kinging this dude. Just boom, boom, boom.
At this point, for the audience who's not there, you're seeing these Batman special effects signifying.
Oh yeah, bam, boom, as he's wailing on him, and the guy's like holding his hands up, like, oh god, oh, oh. And out of nowhere, Leah hobbles up like Gollum, all fucked up, pulls out her gun, puts it to his head, and fires. What'd you bid? You bid precise.
Yep. And
what'd you roll?
Uh,
What was your throw down?
So that's a total of 3 successes.
Roll damage. This is 2d4 plus 1, I believe.
I thought you said 2.
Oh,
'Cause of
using the rune bullets?
round, yeah.
Yep, 2d4
Yeah.
plus 2.
So that's a total of 7.
Right, so that's the 2d4 plus 2, and you get 3 on top of that because the threshold is 0. So you get
That's
10
10.
damage as she puts one in this dude's brain. Boom! All over the couch. Fate roll. Nord, are you fortune or false fortune?
I'll be false fortune.
Now, I won't roll on this. Which one of you wants false fortune? Who wants the other ones? Wait,
I'll be-
Nord, are
I
you
said
false?
false fortune.
You're false. Who
False.
wants fortune?
I'll be fortune.
All right, so Hulker is fortune. Nord is false fortune. Here are the stakes. False fortune, the gas ignites. And y'all get hurt. Fortune, it doesn't. The windows were open. The gas has been turned off. It's a big house.
Oh, and
There's
also
gas.
propane easily, sticks up,
Yeah,
but
it's a big house. There's a lot of volume. Realistically, the gas was only on for so long. It's not filled up the room, right? But that's what we're going to do. False fortune, ignites. We're not saying the mansion explodes, but somebody's getting burned. All right, roll it.
I rolled more than 50.
I rolled a 22.
Well, that's more than 50. Or
All
less
right,
than
anybody
50.
doing proficiencies?
Anybody have any
Um,
proficiencies?
I'm clean out.
Tony, do you have any
The Red
proficiencies?
Writ just ended. It's only Nord now.
I have a proficiency I can spend. Skullduggery,
All right.
because that I feel like
Roll
we're
it.
in a situation where
Yeah.
that would be helpful.
Roll it again.
Oh shit. You can't beat me. It's impossible.
Did you get 100?
I got a 99.
Not a 99. I rolled a 46. So
I
okay,
have one
I
more
will bid-
proficiency.
I actually have one proficiency called. I have a proficiency expression.
Yep, do it.
So we got to roll again.
Yep, roll it again.
Oh shit.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 96.
I rolled a
Uh-oh.
3.
I have
That's 99.
I have an expression. I have one more expression.
Probably a good idea to do it.
Actually, I have two. I have fabrication and
That's good.
expression. So I'll use the fabrication.
All right,
I'm getting
so
the rubber dice.
So this is what we'll do. After this one, we've got 2 more, and then we got to stick with it. Okay? So do this one,
Oh.
and then 2 more,
Sounds
and then we
like
got to stick
work.
with whatever it is.
Okay. What'd you get?
68.
I got a 32.
Yay! The gas ignites, but it just flashes. And there's a Nord. You get outside as you feel this, and maybe even cringe. All of you inside, your nose hairs are burned. But beyond that, everything's fine. Gore, Loretta Levon, her hair catches fire because she's next to the oven. Ah! And she runs down the hallway, not the main hallway, but the one into the back. In here, the dead commandant. It's quickly easy to see. It's easy to see. The doctor on the ground has bled out. and the blood is somewhat coagulated. He's done. 2 dead people. A carcass on the kitchen table. Chunks of meat all over. The place smells like gas that just got burned. Loretta Levon has ran down. You hear a door and lock. Inside the house, what are you doing? And this is the last moment. This one, and then what happens outside with Nord.
The only thing you would see Leah doing is basically turning to go after Loretta.
Okay. As you stand up and start hobbling, I'm gonna make you roll throw down brawn. Because you are really, really hurt.
Yeah. Can I bid Mom to lower the threshold?
Yes. Yep.
Let's say because it's like the moment she threatened my daughter, like she told me that basically
makes
my
sense.
daughter was
That
on the
makes sense.
chopping block. Yeah.
So the thresholds are how many wounds you have? How many wounds you have?
I have 4 wounds.
Okay, so we'll drop it by, since you bid Mom, we'll drop it by 2. So threshold 2.
Screw it. I only had 1, so I'll use a breath to go to limbo.
All right, as you and Leah marches around the corner. What about the other 2? Bunch of dead people in here.
So I walk into a building that is yet again about to just
Explode.
About to explode, and yet again, because I know what time it is, I walk out.
Simon, you're sitting on top of a corpse. Everyone's left.
I'm
Literally.
yeah. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna follow Nord.
Yep.
Because I know that he's going after Mariah.
Yep.
So
As you
I'm,
run out to the back, open the door and shut it. Tony, we'll go this in succession really fast. And then we'll deal with Simon and Nord. Leah, you get to this door. It's this heavy door, maybe to a pantry or something. There's a little cutaway where glass would be, but it's actually like 2 little bars. As you look in, you see in here it's stone, and there's a doorway that has stairs leading down and a little spirally, castle-y looking thing into the earth. You see Loretta Levon descending the stairs. As she turns and sees you, she spits in your general direction and then farts and then continues going.
Leah at this point will, because I heard her lock the door, so I'll just put the pistol to the lock and pull the trigger.
You guys hear a gunshot as that's where we'll end with you. Tony, you get out front. You see across the way, as in on the other side of the street, the swishy pants woman talking to a couple cops. As you hear BAM! And they all look at you.
Yes.
What do you do?
I duck again. Once again. Yeah. And then I say I think I say to myself, glad I don't smoke.
So they see you and you just go and duck behind the cars.
Yeah.
All right. Nord and Simon. Nord, you walk out first. It's quiet. Completely different out here than in the house or in the front. It's like it's twilight out here at all times. The canopy's so thick. There's a little bit of a fog. It's creepy. You see the statue has half of its head blown off. Down the stairs, vines everywhere and such. There's a pathway that leads on, a quarter mile into the fog. You can barely see the fountain with the statue in the wide bowl. And you see this woman in a white dress, and she's almost luminescent, almost glowing white. It reminds Nord of what he saw on Bell Island. And a little girl is walking towards her. As the door behind you, Simon walks out. Actions on you two. What are you doing?
I'm gonna bid justice, which is my focus.
Mm-hmm.
And activate when plans go awry. Because Nord knows that this person could or could not.
Do you say something to Simon? This is something it would be awesome to say to Simon.
I would say, do I notice that? Is it Mariah or is it just a little girl?
It looks like a little girl. Can't tell, they're in the fog.
She's taking her. And I'm going to run as fast as
fog?
I can into the fog.
Simon?
I am.
Your turn says that and running.
You grab her, you grab Mariah, I'll get her. And I will take off into the fog as well, headed towards the lady.
Do you bid?
I'm going to bid calm, because in this moment I'm remaining like I'm the calm of the storm.
As you both
storm.
bid, keeping up with each other, although Nord has the long legs. You get into the fog, it's cold. You start hearing voices. As you look around, still going forward, of course, tunnel vision style, but you can see shadows of teenage girls, every so often a guy. You can't really make out their features. Some of them are missing limbs and such in the fog all around you. As you see the girl get closer and closer to Lady Callie, almost touching hands, as you see who she is, and it is Gabriella. That's where we're going to end. Anybody get any goals?
Do you think that would technically count as me finding out what happened to Cloyce?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Then no.
Well, unless you know what happened to him.
Well, then what she told me, no.
What
She
happened
just
to
said
Cloyce?
no. Well, she said what was it? He was the unwilling and got what he deserved.
So what does that mean? If you know what it means, if you can put it together, then yes.
I'll think about it for a second while everybody else is.
Yep.
telling
And you can
Okay.
also ask them.
If that is Gabriella, does that mean that my goal of locate Gabby that's my major goal?
That is.
So I hit the major goal.
So you get all of your cunning and your breath back. You get 2 XP, and everyone gets a pip, and you get a pip. That's what happens when you get a major goal. Holker, how many have you been keeping up with the goals?
I'm looking for it. Give me a second.
Okay. I want to say you guys are at 4 or 6. I can't remember which one.
No,
So
we're
currently, the last time it was updated was on the 18th of September, and we were at 10.
Oh, you're at 10? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 11. Okay. So now it's at 11. Anyone else get goals?
I got a goal last game that I didn't tell you about,
Okay.
which was to it was to something, and I can't read it for some reason.
Was it a major or a minor?
It was a minor goal.
Okay, so but you got because I think you did tell me because you got the cunning and the breath back.
Because
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
was
got
it
the
to
cunning and the
have
breath
sex
back.
with Rebecca?
No, it wasn't that. It was something else.
Okay.
It
Okay,
was,
well, regardless, that's a goal.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
Does it
Go on.
does it technically count?
Oh, I got
if-
paid. That's what it was.
Oh,
I got
that's
paid.
right. You're right.
That was
That's
the
right.
goal. I got laid, and then I got paid.
Hey.
Good.
Does it technically count if because my minor goal was to find out where the masquerade is. I didn't, but Leah did.
Oh.
So that doesn't count until Leah tells me.
I think so.
And
Okay, that's
and
what I mean. That's what I
and
was.
It's possible that I got a late major goal as well.
What is it?
If it counts that Leah interviewed Lady Callie and I can use
No.
it.
No,
She
because
did
it doesn't
not
count.
interview. She didn't.
You
She
didn't
did
talk?
not. Yeah.
So are
Yeah,
we
also-
at 11 or 12?
So right now you're at 12. Leah, did you get a goal?
The
Discuss
only
with the
thing I
group.
the only thing I can think is that he was somehow part of it initially, but then he backed out, and so he got punished for backing out.
What y'all think?
There was a note because you talked about the unwilling. I'm trying to remember what.
Yeah, he was the unwilling. And then it was like something about sea rising,
Sea
global
ridden.
warming. It was sea ridden,
Yeah.
and that would be a
The unwilling-
conversation.
Oh, that was in because the unwilling was on one of the pictures.
That was something that somebody heard. I thought
It was on.
Well, no, it was
on
written
the
on the
note.
back of that photo.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
picture of Klaus said the unwilling.
Yeah.
Sea ridden was written on the
Sea-ridden.
back.
On the back of that photo.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say you did get that goal. As to what it means is something to investigate. You know that Cloyce was an unwilling, a sea ridden of some sort. And you're not really sure if that means he betrayed something or whatever, but it seems like a punishment of sorts. So investigating that would be pretty good. But you did get the goal, so that's a minor, you say?
That's a major goal.
That's a major? Awesome. So a major goal means you get all your cunning, all your breath back. You get 2 XP, and everyone gets a pip, including you. Remember, you can't go over 5 pips, so if you have, then drop the load. Also, Hulker, that means we're at 13 goals, which means we're actually at 1. So go ahead and drop it down to... Or you can make it 13, it's fine.
I forget what happens when you drop the load again.
So when you drop 5 pips, you drop the load, you gain a trait. Any trait you want.
Okay.
So since we hit 12, everyone gets an advancement. That's the group advancement. So put down you have an advancement. That means you can get a trait, an upgrade, an ability, a proficiency. You can fold the story and get a trait on your ninja gear. That's what one does. At 3 XP, that gives you an advancement. So you kill the 3 XP, whatever's left over, you have left over, and that's the advancement. A couple rules for advancements. It has to be something that you've done in-game or that you've been working towards in-game, right? So if someone was like, paragliding, well, no one's been paragliding, right? Also, it's frowned upon to double up on things. So, for example, you can't go from like no upgrade to upgrade 2 in one advancement or in one setting. Okay? So let's say you have 3 advancements. you could not go Master at Arms, upgrade, upgrade. Like you can only do Master at Arms and you have to do the advancements for something else. You can bank them till later. You can only do advancements during the montage.
And am I wrong? Did we get an advancement or did we get experience just now?
Well, if you got a goal, you got experience.
No, you said when with 12
With 12,
that
so once 12
the 12
goals happen,
goals.
everyone gets
Yeah.
an advancement.
Oh, so that is an advancement. I thought I wasn't sure if it was
Yeah.
experience or advancement.
So the idea is that when it doesn't matter if you're getting goals or not, so long as people are getting goals, everyone is going to get
Nice.
to advance eventually.
And does that advancement that doesn't take away cunning or breath?
No.
Okay.
No, the only thing that
Good.
gives you back cunning and breath is you getting your own goals.
Yeah. Copy.
All right. It's still the
I
same
almost-
scene. Same scene, but we are going to go into the montage because you start the game in the montage, which means you can advance.
Okay.
All right.
I have
closing.
a notion.
Go. Hit it.
So I was say could one thing I was thinking about using the advancement for was idea of this idea of this, well, I'll call it quote unquote soul bond, add a trait to the revolver because I keep on using these magic bullets through it.
Yeah, it's interesting. You can absolutely add a trait. It's called folding the story. So you add a trait to the revolver, and that means when you get an extra die from it, it's a boosted extra die. So
Well, that's like. I was just gonna say, so like in the story wise, I'm probably gonna use one of my advancements to add a trait to my slapjack because I've used it a lot,
yeah.
and especially just in the scene right now.
agreed.
Is this not after hours talk? Not to be.
This is all after hours talk.
Okay.
All right, let's end this. Hey everybody! Thank you to the Patreon peoples. If you want to join the Patreon, what we use the Patreon for is hookers and blow. So, if you want to help us out with that, if you would like to help us out in terms of the tech, the ad campaigns, just the general running this, also paying Couchfire Media, eventually helping pay the cast, that'd be awesome. Join the Patreon. It's the link is in the description. It's in the link tree. Go to DreadLore.com, all that good stuff. Hey, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't followed, follow. We're looking for 100 followers. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers as well on YouTube. It would help us out a ton. Join us on Instagram and all that bullshit if you're into that. Thank you to our sponsor. Who is our sponsor again?
Song lyrics.
Song Lyrics. Thanks, Song Lyrics. We appreciate you. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, music. Thank you to all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. Media production. Couchfire Media. Boom. Thank you all. Everybody say bye. We'll be back Monday at 7 p.m. Oh, yeah.
Are we not doing an after hours?
No, we
Is
are
that
doing an
not
after hours. We're
happening?
always doing after hours.
Okay, I was just.
We're
I was
absolutely
just
doing
gonna leave everybody. Just walk away. All right.
So we'll be back.
When
in
are we
what,
coming back?
Is 10 minutes okay?
Yeah.
Do we need a 15er? Do we need a 10?
No, 10 is better.
10,
'cause
10's better.
Some of us like sleeping.
Yeah, you guys like
Yeah.
this.
I'm probably
Alright.
not gonna stay in the after hours really.
It's cool.
But
It's cool. Thank you for staying the whole time though.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, that was a good round or whatever
It's
you want to
pretty
call
wild.
it. Good session, yeah.
That was pretty wild. Oh, and next are we still on? We're not on.
Yeah,
Next,
we're still on.
oh, we are? Great.
didn't-
Next week, it's a
Oh
a
gosh.
one shot. It is next week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for freak's sake.
Yeah. Next week we're doing a one shot Halloween special. Drizzle, will you be there?
No, because I've got
Yeah,
to work.
you won't be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'll be haunting it up.
Are you gonna be there, Andrea?
I
Not to
should be,
put you on the
yes.
spot.
Ken
Yeah,
is going to
nice.
be running the arbitration, being the arbiter. I'm going to play. and it's going to be a Halloween special. We encourage you to dress up
Yeah.
as your character.
Costumes are important.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple guest stars, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So wait, so
Yep.
what are our parameters for making a or what like for making
So
a
that'd
character?
be an awesome after hours.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the after hours, but really quickly you can make up any character you want to dress up in. You know, it's Halloween. You dress up however you want and give them
I will
skills and
be back.
abilities.
Bye, Andrea.
And all of the things that you desire to be. And you know, I just modeled the character, and it can be anything from the book. So if you, the only thing that I don't think we should use trademarked characters. So if you want to be Superman, or Superwoman, you would be incredibly strong, fly woman. I don't know.
Okay.
I better. But it does fulfill the parameters of making that character from the DreadLore book. So it'd be seasoned tier. But you can choose monstrous or any. You could be a magician. It doesn't matter. Or
Okay.
ttrpgist. Anything. Or if you find yourself waiting until the last second to put a character together, you can pull somebody that you've already generated, and do your best to fulfill that character. But if you want to talk about it sometime in the week, that is also great.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of leaning. I feel like like a vampire would be fun, particularly since we're going for like
vampire.
Halloween. So
Absolutely, vampire
I'll
would be
see
awesome.
what I have, and I'll think about some ideas for what kind of actual character. But yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is pretty
Excellent.
open-ended, so yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. No, it's Halloween. You're supposed to be able to dress up and be whatever you want to be. That's like the magic of Halloween. You get to be whoever you want to be.
Yeah. Nice. Fair.